Howdy. I have got a ton of news stories to get you updated on. So I know that the title of this video is a far cry away from what's going on in Maine, but let me discuss what's going on with that real quick and then we'll get on down the list. There's several articles I need to talk to you about. I'll do my best to keep it as brief as I can. So, manhunt continues, of course, for the man responsible for killing all those individuals in Lewiston, Maine. And CNN's doing their live updates and all that. And they're talking a little bit about the different people that are no longer with us as a result of the madman. So but he's not been caught. Not at this point in time. He's not been caught. There is a little bit of information out there on Heavy, and I'll leave the links to all of these, even the CNN. I'll leave you the link to the CNN as well. Um, so I'll leave the link to all of these different articles down in the description below. But um, so this tells you five fast five. I'm not going to go over it. But what I will say is this guy did apparently have very conservative leanings. Um, and there was somebody, I do want to note this. This is of importance, especially for those individuals out there that are into preparedness. Okay. You need to watch for this stuff closely. It's actually one of the headlines here and I can't remember which one exactly. Okay, right here. Number 4. Robert Card was described as a gun fanatic who would shoot guns all the time and lived in what was, quote unquote, basically a compound. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there for you. Heavy was able to get a little bit of the information before they nixed it. And I don't know why today is the first time that I brought up Heavy to look up his name. Whatever. My mind's been occupied with tons and tons of stuff, and to be real honest, my mind's much more over in Israel than what it is in Maine. So just saying. Not to downplay anything that's happening in Maine or the situation whatsoever. It's just there's a lot going on. So I just wanted to kind of update you on that. Let's go ahead and move along and go right here, making sure I didn't accidentally do something I didn't want to when I hit the wrong button. Strategic bomber nearly downed, and it says Chinese J-11 fighter made dangerous interception of B-52. The United States says, and there is indeed a video, and it was indeed a close encounter of the Chinese kind. And I will show you that video. I've actually got it over here in a much bigger form. Let me go ahead and pop that back up full screen. It unfull screens itself on me. Okay, just 38 seconds of the aircraft here getting in close proximity. You see the speed brake that is speed brake that's on the top right behind the cockpit. That's the speed brake that you see coming up. And you'll see as he comes around the aircraft, he'll start to put the speed brake down. You'll see it here momentarily. See, it's starting to bring the speed brake down. So that way he can start to gain more speed again. He's put in full afterburner. It looks like the speed brake's down, and he is moving forward, yo. So that is the close encounter of the Chinese kind. I want to let you know of that. And moving on. This, and again, all the links will be down below. U.S. preparations for World War III, the answer of a former MI6 agent. And there's another video, but we're not going to play it. It says former British diplomat and MI6 agent Alistair Cook answered the question of whether the U.S. is preparing for World War III. An aircraft carrier in Cyprus and another in the Red Sea. In the last few days, 80 huge aircraft are coming to the region in Cyprus and Jordan from the USA full of weapons, sometimes with special forces. What is happening here? What does the area think about it? They see it and say, is this a setup for war with Iran? It looks a lot like that. We hear what Biden, Blinken, and others have to say. I'm not talking about Lindsey Graham. Is there a sense in Washington that now is the best time to destroy Iran? People look at this massive buildup and say, is America preparing for World War III? This will start an escalation cycle. We also saw on Wednesday Russia conduct a full test of its strategic nuclear weapons from submarines, planes, and ICBMs. They fly daily MiG-31 carrying hypersonic Kinzhal missiles. These hypersonic missiles can sink an aircraft carrier located right in the Black Sea. Will Russia get into it? What if a wider war breaks out? I think the White House is really panicking, and that's more concerning. Will they make the right decisions? Cook is a former British diplomat and is the founder and director of the Beirut-based Conflicts Forum, an organization that advocates engagement between political Islam and the West. Never heard of them before, but indeed interesting. So, and I pretty much concur with his thoughts there. It does most certainly look like we are heading towards World War III. So, there's a couple of things that has happened overnight involving Israel and Gaza, and so I'm going to bring you this information. Says here, video, again, not going to watch this one. Links will be down below if you would like to. Says Shaytet 13 commandos infiltrated Gaza by sea and destroyed Hamas positions. Overnight, troops from the Israeli Navy's Shaytet 13 commando unit raided the southern Gaza Strip from the sea, according to an IDF statement. According to the Israeli ministry, the group of commandos destroyed Hamas infrastructure used by the organization's naval forces. The Shaytet 13 team is a specialized unit of the Israeli Navy. This unit is mainly focused on carrying out missions that include counterterrorism, maritime intelligence gathering, and hostage rescue at sea. In fact, the IDF released footage of the operation and the clashes with Hamas gunmen in the territory of Gaza. Additional troops are also involved in the operation. The forces pulled out of the area after completing the mission without casualties, the military said. Meanwhile, Israeli army infantry and armored forces carried out small-scale ground operations in the central Gaza Strip on Thursday night and hit dozens of Hamas targets. During the raid, IDF aircraft and artillery struck the organization's operational headquarters and rocket launch sites. Israeli forces withdrew from the area at the end of the raid with no injuries reported, the statement concluded. So what I want to show you next is the article that the show is titled after, or the video. Israel levels Gaza with bunker buster bombs, heaviest bombardment since war began, Hamas rocket storm. So it says here, the heaviest shelling since the start of the war is underway in the northern Gaza Strip, with Israelis being pounded by land, air, and sea, and another sign that a massive ground invasion may be very close. Israel is hitting the Islamist positions in Gaza with bunker buster bombs in an attempt to destroy Hamas' network of underground bunkers. Internet and communication services have been completely disrupted in the north and severely restricted in the southern part of the Strip. The shelling is the heaviest since the start of the war on October 7, Hamas said, accusing Israel of preparing for massacres. Journalists in the area make the same observation. The Hamas government has announced that telecommunications and the internet have been disrupted in the Palestinian enclave. NetBlocks, an organization that monitors cybersecurity and internet access around the world, reported a collapse of connections in the Gaza Strip. So there's several videos there. Says they're expanding business tonight. An IDF spokesman said that Israeli forces will expand ground operations in Gaza, inside the Gaza Strip tonight. In the last few hours, we have increased the attacks in Gaza. The Air Force widely attacks underground targets and terrorist infrastructure. Following on from the offensive activity we have carried out over the past few days, ground forces are expanding ground activity this afternoon. The IDF is working vigorously in all dimensions to achieve the objectives of the war, was the comment of the spokesman of the Israeli army, Daniel Hagari. Says Biden was briefed with Israel's operations in Gaza ongoing and intensified in recent hours. The White House announced that President Joe Biden was briefed by members of the National Security Council on the developments. According to CNN, in the meantime, the Israeli bombardment is being carried out by tanks located near the border with Gaza, while warships are also operating from the sea. It says rocket storm from Hamas. It says, and the Palestinians, for their part, are attempting to respond as sirens sound in Ashdod and, let's see, what is that? Ashkelon, while rockets are fired toward Tel Aviv. Fire of rockets towards the occupied territories, including Israel, in response to the massacres of Palestinian civilians, refers to the post of the Ezzedine al-Qassam brigades on the Telegram platform. It is worth noting that yesterday Hamas carried out one of the largest rocket attacks in Tel Aviv. The rockets fired by Hamas outnumbered the interceptors fired at Israel's Iron Dome air defense systems. Then some of the rockets hit the city. And there's a video of that going on. So again, links to be below. You can go watch all the videos as you please at your own leisure. Just like I say, keep at it, folks. Keep getting ready. Don't stop getting ready. I can't imagine that we have a whole lot longer left before the big shindig, you know what I mean? It's I really honestly feel like it's getting close. Anyway, hang in there. Try to enjoy your weekend the best you can. I'll let you know if we do have our movie time. I'll put out a video, let you guys know of it. That is a leisure thing, so I can absolutely do that on the Sabbath. I can definitely sit back, kick back, and watch watch a movie with you guys. It won't be live streamed on YouTube at all. You'll have to come as a guest. I'll put the link in there. You'll have to come as a guest if you'd want to join us. It's not going to be live streamed though. It'll just be in workrooms because we are watching a movie, yo. And for those that didn't hear about it beforehand, the movie of choice is the 1985 classic Spies Like Us with Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd. It's going to be a hoot. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you come. So again, I'll post a video when I have that information locked in and let you guys know. Other than that, enjoy your weekend, and God willing, I will see you Sunday evening. Shalom.